Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing a film called Peelers. Now, I'd never heard of this film before. Uh, I went to Redbox, I picked it up. I like to rent random things in Redbox. I don't rent everything in Redbox, there's a lot of garbage in there, you can pretty much tell. I used to rent absolutely everything, and I did find some things in there that I actually ended up loving that I normally wouldn't even bother with because the covers looked so bad and whatnot. But like an American Ghost Story or the Frankenstein versus the Mummy by the same guy who did All Hallows Eve. That ended up being actually great. So I do like to randomly rent Redbox stuff. This was just released at Redbox this week, today I think. So I went ahead and picked it up. It looked decent, stripper versus zombie kind of thing. I'd seen obviously a few of those in the past, and they're a mixed bag for the most part. This is definitely the best one that I've ever seen, easily. Now, starting off with the good, which it's mostly good. Honestly, I have very little bad to say about the film. Now, I'm not going to say it's some masterpiece or it's some perfect film by any means, no. But the bad that's in it isn't abundant. It's very little. So the film is actually damn good. I had a blast with it, actually. I would definitely recommend it. It opened up with a great credit sequence of, this really cool music and lots of, it's nudity. I mean, great, beautiful women, their, tits and the whole thing, but it's done very stylish. It's done in slow-mo with, nice cuts in between and great close-ups and shots, and it's actually in pretty good taste considering the kind of movie that it ends up being. So a really kind of almost erotic opening that I really enjoyed. The production value was pretty damn good. I don't know what the budget was on the film, but it was definitely lower, and they utilized it very well. It was mostly a one-location film. It mostly does take place in the strip club. They do go outside a couple times, but that's it. Those are the only locations involved. And they spread out the scenes big enough to where it doesn't just seem like it's in one room. They move to, the private VIP rooms, the kitchen, the manager's office and whatnot, so it doesn't just feel like really small. The place feels bigger. So the production value was good. It looked good. All that was well. And then the acting was actually pretty good. There's definitely, for this type of film, it's good. It's not Academy Award winning. I wouldn't expect anyone to think it would be. But it's not jarring. I mean, there are some actors in specific scenes where it's pretty bad, but never horrible. Never like Asylum kind of bad or anything like that. So overall, pretty good acting. And an aspect I definitely wasn't expecting from this movie at all that came was the drama. And there's a decent amount of it. Not of an overabundance of it. It's not overused by any means, but when it's used pretty effectively. I was surprised by that. You end up kind of caring about certain people and what they're going through, and then they actually give a pretty decent explanation of what's going on. Now, it's not a typical zombie movie. They kind of reinvent it. It's not, it's an infected movie more than anything. Oil is infecting these people, and I'm not exactly sure, honestly, how they turn. I don't think that is addressed in the film. If it was, I kind of just went over my head or I missed it. So I don't think it's a bite or a scratch. I don't know. Oil gets on them, and they, their eyes turn black, and they start basically bleeding oil. Their blood turns to oil, and it's pretty cool. Then, and the lead actress of the film is very, very good. She carries the film very well. She has a, you know, she has a lot of quirks, a lot of things that define her. She's a retired, or she had once played baseball before she became a stripper, and she uses that throughout. She pitches, balls at them, knocks them out, baseball bats and whatnot, and it works. It sounds kind of cheesy and corny, but it totally works for the film. So I thought her dialogue was good. I thought her banter was good. I thought all the things that she was doing was good. There are other characters that did pretty well, but she's definitely the standout of the film, easily. Now the bad. The bad, as I said, it was not very much. One pet peeve of mine in horror is CGI. It can work, but very rarely, and in this film it did not at all. It's very little, though, to be honest. Almost all the gore is practical, but there is some CGI blood, and there is some CGI effects when the oil zombies get killed. It seems very unnecessary, so I'm not exactly sure why it's there. It shouldn't be, but it is, and you just kind of gotta forgive it. And then there's some dialogue in the film that is pretty rough. But that's really all I have bad to say about it, and whatever else I kind of sprinkled in when I was talking about it earlier. It's a really cool movie. Now, the things that I want to address are gore. The gore is really, really good. It's not an overabundance of it or anything, so it's not, just buckets and buckets and buckets. So there's that. I love gore, and the more the better. But this actually, the gore in it is really well done. There's some really clever kills. It's almost all practical. It looks really good. A lot of the kills are done on screen, not off screen, so you do get to see what's going on. There's a cockroach on the ground right here. I don't know how the hell it got in my house, but hold on. So next, I would like to talk about the nudity. There is a lot of it, and it is great. High quality girls, high quality tits, high quality everything, and they show it a lot, which was very appreciated in this kind of movie. There's nothing more annoying than watching a movie that takes place in a strip club and no one strips. If you're promising us a strip club, take your clothes off. And they do, and if you're watching this movie because you want to see a bunch of chicks naked, it's definitely worth your time. And then one last thing to add on the movie, I thought they had a very unique way to kill these zombies, or these infected. I don't want to say what it is, but it was a completely new spin on everything. So I liked that they took the time to kind of reinvent a tired genre. I'm not hating on zombie movies, but obviously they're made in abundance because of the success of stuff like The Walking Dead and whatnot. So I definitely recommend this movie, especially to anyone who likes, good horror comedies with lots of great tits and gore. What more could you ask for, right? So definitely check it out. It's at Redbox, as I said. Let me know. All right.